Crazy horses. Da, 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 da. Man, some of this music kind of reminds me a lot too much of like something my dad would listen to. But got some good banging stuff. Crazy Horses. Now it's Hungry by Airborne. This is some stuff unfamiliarness I've not even known about. What does it mean? I feel like I'm gonna black out and I don't. Oh, that sounds good. Kind of screamo. Yeah. Yeah. What's happening? I'm not even high. I took like CBD, CBG oil. Worried about everything. I got these new shoes. Try to see. Yeah, they're called Stripe, STRYPE, and they're made in Italy. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice spring day here. I can only imagine what summer's going to be like. Bum, 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 bum. Hopefully I'm not too old school. I do listen to a lot of variety of music for the most part. But I'm locked into sort of the in between heavy metal, like a lot of riff heavy drums, bass, that distorted, rasp. And oh, there's a rabbit. I see that rabbit. Easy. I see you in distance. Rabbit. I never ate rabbit. Never had a pet rabbit. Airborne almost kind of sound like AC/DC. And then it goes into, I heard this one. This is, how long you been here, big guy? Wanna go home? Everyone's starting to go crazy. Shit. Patient Number 9 by Ozzy Osbourne. This is what it's on right now. Look, this intro. Excuse me, how you tell me how to get out of here? If you ever listen to the Osbournes podcast, they have some new stuff out now. So, it sounds interesting. Whatever they talk about. Like, I don't understand Ozzy. Don't understand him. I understand him when he's singing. Don't understand when he's talking. I do. I understand Ozzy. It's a good song. There's a guy who told me that the new music today, with his opinion, oh, there's a plane. It's Airpark for you in my hometown. I'm let down of a small town. But the guy told me that his interpretation of music today, it sounds like psychosis. I don't know if this thing sounded like psychosis, just because it's just like woo woo woo. So there's a lot of ambience, a lot of stuff happening in the background. Uh, I feel like I overstay my welcome when I sit down, or I feel like I'm not able to do anything, but I still do it. I'm going to the pool tomorrow. Lots of walking. There is definitely a sensory overload, but it's almost like a mural or like a painting, or man, it's like seeing a map in like Red Dead Redemption or Breath of the Wild, like Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. And it may sound cheery, not always, but sometimes I feel like I feel intense things while I'm out in nature near water. I'm a Cancer sign, so when I'm hearing the birds, like I really would like to get close with a bird. I mean, the birds would peck at you, but I don't know. I mean, there's crows that kind of look at me and like, hey, I know you. I understand you. I know what you're going through. Endless, the God, endless. And there is a bunch of kayakers in the Courtney River. There's some crows over there. Murder of them. They're all circling me. No, well, that's rare. So I guess days like this, it's very rare for me to feel kind of okay. Everything just happens just in left field, though. I'm not talking baseball. I just feel so weird sometimes. It's like pressure in my head and what I've gone through. Um, I was arrested. I was arrested April 6th during the nighttime and put into a cell just for having a White Claw, just one hard seltzer. It's like a cider. And the police were, RCMP were very nasty and mean and uncaring to me. I didn't know what they happened. So I'm going to dispute that file, that ticket. You know, didn't really deserve any of that stuff, and I couldn't believe that it happened. I'm still dealing with uh, some muscle tissue, like Charlie horse in my left leg because I fell down. There was a constable that came and charged at me, was sprinting because I was running away because of my anxiety, because I felt like I knew what they were doing was wrong. I mean, they don't do anything with people at Sims Park or at Thrifty Foods across from there. They sit at the bench and drink like a 12 pack or 6 pack and beyond and do drugs, or they don't do anything. Do they actually apprehend killers? I don't know. Well, I couldn't believe that happened to me, so I ran across from Fitzgerald Ave, and was screaming, "Help me! Help me! Help me!" There was a guy that was looking kind of concerned for me and asking if the guy was a legitimate cop, and they just took me away. I was never even intoxicated. And they saw me running away as a suspicion, and they never found anything. They never find like any other underlining like drugs or health issues or anything. I know I'm going through. Well, this is a result of the last 2 years of me being unhoused, and with that, I'm holding it as good as I can. I mean, for as much as I've been going through, like I question the reality. I feel like I'm in a blackout most days. There's certain periods and I don't, and I'm just trying to get back in the ground in myself. But even explaining and expressing myself just out in the open, even on my phone, anything, it's like it's so fucking hard to do. And there's been something that's just been coming over me in the last little bit of, like, I've been songwriting a little bit. I don't know. I have like several different possibilities of what ifs. There's actually few that are in have titles, but I haven't finished anything. And the one I'm working on now has no. There you go, you little bunny. You go. Yeah. Yeah, my mind just never knows how to shut off or whatever. For now, it seems like everything's okay, but it's really definitely hard sometimes. At nighttime is a shift, and I really don't know what I gotta do. Parts of me wants to go back to Victoria. Wants to kind of go on beyond other things and go into the other places unknown, unfamiliar, or bigger open cities that are less conservative. Hmm. Uh, Sometimes I feel like I'm upside down, like blood's rushing to my head, or I feel like I'm suffocating and I'm not. So it's really weird. And well, we'll have to deal with that one day. So I'm trying to do this the best I can without medication. I tried something for barely 2 weeks and I wasn't following through with it. And that was like a month and a half ago. It was 2 months ago, whatnot. So, and then time moves on. It's more than 2 months ago in the future. But here now, it's hard for me to do. But like I don't mix well with her. I've been operating like a machine, a video game character for the last little bit, like in The Last of Us or Red Dead Redemption, doing all these like stranger missions, and sometimes just dealing with the tiredness and loneliness and the sense of like imagining things that to myself and that are gonna happen or not. And I really, really would like to get out this Groundhog Day. I'm on every house in the list you can know, whatever, and I'm waiting patiently. I can only do so much. I've lived on disability ever since I was 19, so almost 10 years. And I just do open mics when I can. I be creative. I wish I could make money off of what I do. It doesn't seem like it. It's just so weird. It's like even both of my so-called parents, they're not really like this. They're not like thought-provoking or like they're it's really hard on both sides, mental health, and none of them really know how to respond well to things. But they would never do this, so it's hard to imagine that I'm me. I'm at this other kind of thing. But sometimes I feel like it's hard to pretend to be awake and that nothing's going wrong, or that you're not going through a hard time in your head or fatigue or that something's bugging you. Because when I did my open mic recently, there's a guy that was there that was from the shelter in my dorm, and I didn't know his intentions. I didn't know what it was, but when you hear something like "keep at it, buddy," keep at it, it's almost like it's you read that differently. What he says, keep doing it, keep doing that, keep doing it, so you can maybe do it. Everything with me, it's like everything. I was like, oh, something's bad, or yeah. I think it. I think ever since that police takedown, when they came and were sprinting and chasing me down, I was running away because I felt like they were taking me too far. Just for they could have just ticketed me and not did the whole arresting thing and took me to a cell for. I don't. I don't. I'm not a threat to anyone, but yeah, I lost my earbuds because of it. They fell out of my case, and it was like, oh, well, they fell out. Oh, what happened to your leg? Well, yeah. Talked to a lawyer in the jail and say, if you sue the police, they could potentially kidnap you. And my mind just goes, and I just can't believe that happened to me. I wasn't not even sitting down in the park. I was talking to my father on a phone call. Don't know why I made that decision to give him a phone call, because he doesn't call me. And yeah, but didn't seem like he was that concerned. He's like, oh, what happened? And even when I was limping the next day on my leg, and there's no point. It's pretty sad. So I don't rely on that. I find that it's better to, yeah, just forget the whole thing. Don't even go like that time and time again. Find someone who's not your family to feel like family. It's like, oh no, he says, like, I'm not even dressed. I can't even make my way. I can't even go out right now. Well, yeah, I'll kind of remember that when he needs help or whatever is in a crisis. But uh, yeah, I mean it's bad on both ends. But I'm not the kind of person that, like, if my dad was like dying or something, that I would just be in a whole grudge point, and just because of that. But like, just like now, and if there's anything he cries to me about something, I'll be like, well, you missed out. You could have approached me, engaged with me, and nothing, nada. So no, I don't owe it to anything. So, um, but under it, I still have emotion and care, I think, but it's just really hard because I hardly even cry anymore. It's really hard to figure it all out. And sometimes I'm like, oh, am I gonna be able to yell or project my voice and scream and yell? But I don't really. I did when the police were chasing me, because who knows if they were to taser me or shoot me? I don't know. Just for one White Claw, which is a hard seltzer, and it's less intense than an actual cider. So, yep. Oh, oh, oh. It's hard to do that with my hat backwards. Sun is slowly going down. 7:30. Wrap your whatever. Wrap your something dirty. Wrap your dirty. Wrap dirty. I am starting to get kind of a little bit tired. Been through a lot in the last few weeks. So, hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I think, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. But to me, most days feel like a Sunday. So, I was at Walmart today. I think I got a Monster and. What else did I get today? A Monster and. Monster and. What else did I get? I got new shoes at Winners. Yeah, nothing to really brag about, but they're nice looking shoes. And, well, I got them because my boots have like the holes are going through the heels. I need to go to Walmart and get heel pads to prevent that from happening. Maybe that could feel good because these are size 10. My boots are size 10. But I don't know. I just these shoes were like came to about 67 and made in Italy. They seem kind of neat. Um, Still have my boots. Sometimes I just get new shoes and then abandon the other shoes and yeah. But I have my boots. They're Columbia boots and whatever. But I'm like if I look at the flat street shoes, I like to wear street shoes, but my feet are so flat. So that's why I had the Columbia shoes, Columbia boots, because they kind of had, lift to them, and for the most part, they've had uh, ankle support. Uh, yeah, foot support, or what do you call it? I don't know, but stripe, STRYPE, 1404, 2022. Yeah. Oh. Some people say when you have a Monster energy drink of any kind, that you have some days of like fatigue after. I'd like to be able to, but I just get so suckered into that. And two other things, you know, whether it's only scams, only fans, or something all over the place, and my mind just doesn't know because I'm just so lonely. Hmm. Everything feels out of place and stuff, but just would like a night where I could just be under the stars again. It's hard to know what to do when you're numb all the time like me. Even scared if anyone says hello or whatnot. So jumpy. On edge, the edge. That's me. Hmm. Been listening to a lot of Psalm 41. Their new album came out. It's kind of decent. Not quite myself. That's a decent song off the album. Radio Silence is one that kind of stands out. And the last one I've been listening to a lot. How it all ends. How it ends. Not sure if they're really kind of ended and call it a day. I meant they're still able to do some more stuff. I'm like maybe able to do something in the future. I'm sure. And Derek Whibley, he's been kind of kind of a hero of mine, or as far as uh, listening to his voice and stuff, I find is very, very distinctive, as well as Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace, and yeah, it's just like wow, like one of a kind. Like you don't hear that, and I've really liked people like that, like Derek Wembley, um, Adam Gontier, like I've said, and even Benjamin Kowalowitz, I think that's his name, from Billy Talent. My father has never really liked him as a singer for Billy Talent. He's not, and I'm like, okay, great, yeah, I like Billy Talent, right? He thinks they're so nasally and that they're whining. It's like they're whining. And even when I had that Linkin Park CD when I was 13, the Minutes to Midnight, and you hear Chester screaming on giving up, and it's like, I've given up, and sick of feeling, and then when he's holding that note for "Put Me Out of My Fucking Misery," he's like, my dad's just like, sounds like a Cookie Monster voice. He said, sounds like a Cookie Monster voice. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, and I come from both sides that would listen to heavy music, but yeah, yeah. I guess got nothing else to say. It's just so tired of everything. But I mean, used to it. Used to it all. Um, I have a problem with aging, with like, because I'm gonna be 29 in 3 months, and I don't know how that's gonna make me feel. And I'll be 30 next summer. Same as Timothy Chalamet, my crush for like the last 5 years, and I mean it's been kind of simmering down now. I mean he's still someone I really think about and think that like no one is like him at all. And there needs to be some. It's just like he's so charming, and he he always knows how to make a bad situation into something less, I don't know, complicated, awkward, and we're the same age. But I was born in July. He was born in December, so about 5 months in between birthdays. So yeah, I'm the first to have my birthday. So you know, I'm always sort of like what when I turn when I turn 28, he's still 28. So when I turn 29, he won't turn 29 until December. So I'll be like 28 for, or 29 for 5 months, and then yeah. I gotta see Don't Look Up. I haven't seen that he's in, and Interstellar I've never seen yet. He has a small part in there, I believe, and The French Dispatch I haven't seen. And he was in some episodes of Law and Order and Homewood or something like that. So, but he's very lush and very, 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 very cute. And every time he's on screen, I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I feel like that's my, I feel like that's my boyfriend every time I see him. But it's not. It's just somebody that I'm having really interest in, and I want the best for him. Like I don't envy his fame or anything like that. Like I wish I could just meet him and do something creatively with him, like anything, be his friend or whatever. Because I know I'd want to be more than that, because it's just like, dang, dang, or damn, damn. uh, uh, I don't know what I need, but I'm gonna try and go crash and sleep. I'm feeling so sensory overload. I'm pretty sure I have a deviated septum, because I've never been able to breathe that right. Clearly, breathe I just feel like I'm losing it in my head or just whatever. Exhaustion or kind of collapse. But I need to start walking again. But yeah, it's kind of unusual for me to do this. I do when I can. I mean, I could do these more and more, but I guess it was just the right time for me to just sit down and talk to the world, talk to you. I've been doing this channel for 16 years, and I feel like I'm floating on whatever kind of thing of if I'm doing it or not doing it. But anyways, I'm gonna try and do some other things tonight before the night comes to close, before it gets dark. Okay. Anyways, talk to you later. Peace. Bye. Oh, and another thing, I feel like I'm psychic. With my own life, I'm a psychic person. All my nightmares, regardless of Timothy, are sort of the same kind of animal, different breeds though. Timothy Schwalame. Timothy Schwalame. Timothy, what? What? Oh. What time is it in the world? I don't know what's happening. Don't know.